Blockchain is more like a decentralized database. Show you. You know how ledgers work, accounting ledger, where you input debits, credits, and so. This is only what blockchain is all about. It's a record system where you can record figures, just figures. Figures, yeah. But now this tricky part, the most important part of it is that it uses cryptography. It's a form of security. So it is immutable. Immutable means something that cannot be changed or altered. So it means that once you input something, you cannot take it out or edit it. The best you can do is access it. You got what I'm saying?
But the person that inputs it doesn't have like a when I inputs it doesn't have a model to change it.
No, you don't. Can't change
You
it.
can only create another.
You cannot create another. God bless you. So now, I imputed using cryptocurrency as an example now. So I added $2, no $10. Now I want to send you $2 from my $10. But what happens is that I'm not going there to remove minus $2 from there. No. I'm imputing a new record at minus $2.
$10 minus $2.
Do you get? So the mathematics is now $10 plus bracket minus 2 plus. So the records are there. You're not altering it. You're only adding new. The question is the new addition is it negative or positive? That is how. That's the concept. You get? So blockchain, layman understanding, is a decentralized database that takes records and it's immutable. That's one of the characteristics. It's immutable. You can't edit anything. And then, but technically, if you want to explain it, it uses cryptography. So it means that inputs. When you're inputting, you have serial numbers for the inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what happens is it is an encrypted system. When you're inputting record 2, when you're encrypting it, you're encrypting with the result of input 1. So every record is tied to the former record, like that. So you can't break it. So if you change something, you have altered the entire system. I don't know if you get it. That's why you can't hack it. So when you say blockchain means there are blocks that in a chain form, which means the records are in pages. Just like a book. You have pages. Pages make a book, right? So in this case, blocks make the entire chain. So there are blocks tied together in a chain form. So this is a block, like this, another block like that. So there's a maximum number of records you can have in the block. When it is full, another block is created, created in a chain form. Do you get? Now remember I said earlier that the records are encrypted, and every record is tied to the former, which means that every block is tied to the former. As the last record of this block is encrypted for the entire block, and the new block that is open is now further encrypted by the result of the encryption of the former block. You see how that's what they mean by immutable. The other terms I would like to call you. So there are nodes and so on and so forth. So the primary thing is it is a record. That's decentralized. That means everybody can see the records. You and I can see the records of everything that's happening there. It's transparent. You can see it. But the problem is that you can't know who, because these things are like you have your account number. I want to send money to your account number. When I type your account number, I can see your name. Blockchain is different. What you have is public and private key. Check it. Private key is secret. Nobody should know it. Even you may not know your private key if you use a wallet managed by another company. Check it. So what gives you access to your record is your private key. The public key is for me to be able to send you or interact with you. So if I want to send you Bitcoin, and what I do is I get to know your public key. I send, so your public key is your address. So I send $2 worth of Bitcoin to your address. Now, when it enters, your public key has accepted it, right? To sign it, your private key is what gives you access to see, okay, this guy has sent me some coins and stuff. So the moment I know your private key, I have access to your records. Just like your private key is more like when you're eating, something like that. But your account number is what I can know. I'm not supposed to know your PIN number. Those are the, so that's just it.
So like now, those companies that like what happens when they have the houses, when you have your private key, how do they now read? I'm trying to say, okay, they now create another database for themselves that they
where
use to
you record those
transform,
things.
and now transfer to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now, when you see a wallet system like Luno.com, for instance, it's a web-based something that interacts with the real blockchain via APIs. Blockchain is a network. It's a software that relies on the sites of the network, network. Check it. I will go later, talk later about mining and how those things work.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's decentralized. It's not in a particular system. When they say cloud is a remote system somewhere. When they say I hosted the website, you're hosting on the central, on the data center, maybe somewhere in US or UK. It's physical, but you are communicating with it via internet, right? But blockchain in a sense is not a physical system. Blockchain, the chains, the system relies on people's system like me and you.
Okay.
So the moment you are connected to the network, the system downloads the entire network on the system. I don't forget, it's peer to peer, system to system. So that's why it's immediate. So there's nothing like server crash, nothing like that. For you to be able to hack the blockchain, you have to hack all the systems that the blockchain resides on, and there are millions of them. You're getting that's what they call it decentralized, right? So for what Luno is doing now is that when you go to Luno, you create a blockchain wallet. That means when you make a request, you send an API call to the blockchain system, right? Creating the new accounts, getting the public and private key. So what they do, they store the private key on your behalf and give you your public key. So of course, when you go there, you created your email and password. Your email and password is a direct representation of your private key in their possession. You get it? So they have their own database that records your private key against your email and your password. So when you come in, they know who this is. They know your private key, which is your wallet. That's how they use to get your balance in the blockchain network. So your public key that they're giving you is what you use to receive coins. So when anybody sends you coins to your address, it goes to the blockchain. What they do is they know when they enter because they have your private key. They're always checking. That's what happened. So when they say, oh, this wallet got hacked, what got hacked is that particular software, not blockchain. Do you get it? So what they do is they hack that system, they get your public and private key. Then they will now use the public and private key to access your funds. So it's not blockchain that got hacked, it is that company who is the custodian of your public and private key. So the truth is that there are other systems where there are systems that provide you access to blockchain. They can create an account, but they don't manage for you directly. So they give you your private key. So you can actually store your private key on a piece of paper and hold it anytime. So when you want to access your funds, you plug in a client, maybe you go to the system, maybe it can be a flash drive, plug it in your system, input your private key to access your funds. When you are done, you close it. So nobody has a private key, only you have it. So you can walk into an office with $10 billion worth of Bitcoin on a sheet of paper like this. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to explain to you. So we have to do that takes me to telling you that we have two different kinds of wallets. We have hot and cold. Hot and cold. Check it. So the one you have on www.whatever.com, blockchain.com or luno.com, I think that is actually hot because it's live. But the cold one is the one you actually have your private key on your paper, right? So there are two types. So one is more secure, they have advantages, they have disadvantages and stuff. So if you lose your paper, you have lost your money. I don't know if you're getting my point. That's a disadvantage of the code because you have it on your paper. If you lose it, whatever millions of dollars is gone and nobody else can access it, or except whoever finds the paper. You get my point? But for Luno, if you replace your password, you can reset it. Your code is there permanently and stuff until they lose it too. So I've said a lot of things. So I don't know if I'm not confused. Check it. So I think that's basically it. So blockchain is a decentralized database, I mean, that is secured by cryptography. Then it is immutable. Any record that goes into it cannot be removed or changed. You can only insert new records. So it takes in but does not give out, or cannot change. You can read it. You can input, you can read, but you can't change.
That's
So cryptocurrency is just one of the millions of applications that blockchain can be used for. Sure, you guys. So that's it.
only the interaction with